Today marks 1412 days sharing lessons to learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about pirates, but different kind of pirates. Pirates that is stopping us to achieve our goals, to become the best version of ourselves. Because if we really want to really achieve great success, sometimes we need to say, okay, what kind of pirates do I want to avoid? Because I think that sometimes we just do not know what we need to be afraid of or what kind of things are negative. And sometimes if we do not understand what are pirates, what are good things, what are bad things, we will attract bad things into our ship. We will not put our guard, not will not put our boundaries around, will not create standards high enough to really not allow those bad things to come to our life. So today will share what are those pirates? What are those pirates that is actually slowing us down? And this is a very simple topic. That is very simple, but I think that again, it's probably everyone knows that basics are always important to reflect on, remember, and repeat, and rinse and repeat. Because we have a tendency to forget the most important things. Because when we think about the most important things, it seems so common sense that because we do not speak about it, we do not reflect on it, sometimes even can forget the foundational things. So number one is of all the maybe even a ship of the pirates could be the captain of all the bad things is the captain of comfort zone. So that means that illusion of safety. Because what is comfort zone? Comfort zone, a lot of times, it feels like safe, secure, stable thing. But of course, this is not what stability that we're supposed to seek. Stability is in pursuing the best version of ourselves. That is stability because you're getting better, you're improving, and you know that that is a stable way of living. So that means that we need to look into, okay, like if comfort zone is coming into my life, it means something is wrong happening. That means that I allow that pirate coming into my life, coming into my ship of moving to that different destination. Number two is could it be admiral of comparison, and it could be the wound of identity, because I think that one of the things is that we love to compare ourselves to other people. And the worst part about comparison is that just we do not know what is right to compare to. I think that comparison is a great thing because it brings us to reality, but I think that we just do not know how to compare well. Because we have a tendency to really compare someone else's 1,000 step to our first step. And that's of course not a good comparison. Sometimes we're able to compare our weakness to someone else's strength. That is not good comparison. And I think that, again, the most important comparison is comparing yourself with yourself yesterday. And second comparison is just looking to every single month, once a month, to really look into comparing with people who are in the same level, how they're doing right now. And just once a month, just to understand that are you actually moving forward or not. But that is just to understand your reality rather than doing every single day. And that, of course, that will bring a lot of wounds. Number three is maybe it's like some kind of master of quick fix. And I think that we have a tendency to have addiction to speed, move as fast as possible, make as much money as possible. Now it's great to have urgency, but if they sacrifice the quality, if they sacrifice values, if they sacrifice the most important things in our lives, maybe that speed is hurting us rather than adding value to us. Because sometimes when you think about shortcuts, when you think about the things that we do, short-term actions could potentially lead away from long-term success, long-term vision. So that means we need to understand that, okay, that quick fix, is that adding value to my future me, or it's taking away from my future me? And that's very important. Is like when we really want to pursue the best version of ourselves, one of the most important words, two words to be honest, it's delayed gratification. Being able to really delay your gratification, and that means when we focus on the secondary benefits, that means that probably always the best example is like eating healthy food. So it means at some point you just really want to eat. Do I want to eat cake? Do I want to eat some healthy snack? That means that eating cake will give you pleasure right now. This is just a quick fix. But if you want to really feel good in the long run, you eat the healthy food. So that means at the moment you might feel displeasure, but in the long run you feel much more pleasure because of that. Number four, first mate, or could be like first fair, and this could be the guardian of thresholds. And what I mean by that is that the fear is the pirate that is allowed in our ship, could steer our ship to all different direction that we're supposed to steer to. And unfortunately, when the thing about our life, because we are moving in the ship, and sometimes even 1% direction change could direct us to a all different destination. And if we allow that pirate of fear come into our boat and really move us, influence significantly to really just adjust our vision just a little bit and steer us to a little bit different direction, we might be end up totally wrong direction, total different destination that we actually wanted to be. So that means we need to kick out fear out of our lives, and really we need to do two things at the same time, because courage is very important. The more courage you have, the more fear you potentially still are able to have. But when you're able to reduce the fear, increase the courage, there's nothing stopping you to really achieving your vision, because you know that you and if you have willingness, because I love the word willingness. Well, willingness is one of the most beautiful words, because when you have willingness, you're able to reduce fear, you're able to increase courage, you're able to increase confidence, you're able to become resourceful to really make things happen. Number five is boast win of business. And then that's basically the escape from being itself, because busyness and always be in the motion. What it is basically not being able to be present, not being able to be at the moment, and saying, looking to the sky, looking into the moon, looking into this to the sun, being able to really enjoy even the flower on the ground, growing flower, blooming flower. Like, I think that just see how small things, because I mentioned this small things. And if you're missing small things, how you do one thing, that's how you do everything. And I think that's again, I think that's sometimes we get addicted to feel always busy, because that sometimes could make us feel that we are important. But the importance needs to come from really making right choices and being productive. And sometimes you can be less busy but more productive. So what is more important, being busy or being productive? And I think that it's quite easy to understand that being productive is much more important than being busy. So like asking how I could become more productive and less busy, and really prioritize myself better. Priority management is probably one of the key aspects in that. Number six is the siren of self-doubt. And this is again the echo of all the voices. And all voices are coming from the past, from mistakes, from people that said something that maybe you don't fully agree, but you start to question yourself. And the self doubt is a big thing, is it's coming a lot of times together with fears. Fear and self doubt, when they come together, they multiply each other, and it's very hard sometimes to overcome those. So we're not supposed to allow, because then if you allow one, other one starts to kick in as well. And self doubt is coming from a lot of times from feeling that I'm not enough, I'm not ready, I'm not ready for this journey yet. I think that self doubt is one thing that could potentially have a massive ship, live very fast ship, but that self doubt potentially could make us stay in the shores, not even move this amazing boat of yourself, amazing character, all the things about you, all the giftedness, all the things that you're working on to develop yourself, but you're not taking action because of self doubt. And this beautiful ship is on the shore and not moving, not going anywhere, not going towards the direction, not going to destination. And self-doubt potentially could take away us from taking action. Number seven is the ghost of perfection. And this is basically the fear of being seen altogether, being seen as imperfect. Because I think the perfection is partly of being afraid of judgment. And it's two ways. It could be fear of judgment of yourself, fear of judgment of others, and most likely is external validation, external acceptance. But I think that when you learn to really accept yourself, it's much easier to really not care about acceptance of others. It's great to really have, but it's a plus, it's a benefit to get acceptance and validation from others, gets encouragement and uplifting. Because I think that this, every single person needs to learn how to really humble themselves and say that I'm not perfect, I will never be, but I'm accept myself, who I am and who I will be. And I think that that acceptance leads to so much more, gives peace, gives relaxation, gives understanding, gives wisdom. And with all of that, you're able to achieve so much more because now you're finally able to really try better, try more things, be more adventurous. And when you are more adventurous, when you're able to reflect, when you're able to be humble, you're able to grow so much faster. And that's why so much that's the spirit of ghosts of imperfection, of perfectionism is so bad of us. Is basically taking away the speed of our growth. Number 8, and the last one, is a treasure thief of negativity. And this is basically the shadow of the mind. I think that we need to understand that negativity sometimes is being seen as a good thing. But I think that negativity is it's a really thief of joy, thief of so many different things. And that's why we need to learn how to really change our negativity to wisdom. That's what we need to change because wisdom is much more important. Wisdom is really understanding what is reality. Because people who has a lot of negativity sometimes think that this is reality. No, it's not reality. Who decide that this is reality? Because every single person has a different view of the reality, and that is a subjective reality. So when you say that your negativity is reality, that is basically saying that other people's reality is wrong. So being able to really have the wisdom to say that I don't know if it is optimism, it's negative. I just really want to find out. So that means that I'm looking at the facts, I'm looking for opinions, I'm looking, and wisdom a lot of times says that even though there's a lot of things that is not working, but wisdom says that when you have willingness and you have resourcefulness, you're able to find a way to really improve, make things happen, and worst case scenario, improve things. Maybe not change things. Sometimes something is not able to achieve something, but you're able to get improved because of that. So wisdom allows you really to have that understanding, what truly matters. But when you still start finding for the major things, not the minor things, and I think that's where the beautiful things is. So when you think about those 8 things, I really want to really summarize the 8 steps, what we need to look for, what is the priors that we potentially could allow into lives, and what we're supposed to really include the ownership. So the priors that we need to remove out of our lives are comfort zone, and what we need to really attract in our lives is courage. Part that we need to remove is in comparison. What we need to attract is authenticity. Part that you need to remove is quick fix. What we need to attract is patience and trust. We remove fear, we attract bravery. We remove business, we bring presence and mindfulness. We remove self-doubt and really attract self-trust. We remove perfectionism and attract freedom. And remove negativity and attract wisdom. And I think that's when we really remove all those parts from our ship and include other things into our life. I think our ship will go so much farther ahead than with Pirates. Pirates is here to really destroy, to steal, remove things. We're not supposed to trust them. We need to really look for better crew members in our boat that we can really move to the right direction. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.